Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, coming at you with another album review. And today, I'm pretty stoked to talk about this new Gorillaz album called Cracker Island because Gorillaz are one of those bands that got me more into alternative, heavy, like harder stuff. It was one of my gateway bands, I want to say. So, and I was really stoked to check this out because they're one of my favorite bands, especially with the first couple releases. Unfortunately, like I kind of fell off with them for a couple of years with the after Demon Days and whatnot. I was really into them from that self-titled and Demon Stay album, but then I just kind of didn't like them after that Plastic Beach album for some reason. Even though everyone says that's a really good album, I need to go back and listen to it because I didn't really like it that much, but maybe now I'm older, I might like it more. But this is their new album, Cracker Island, and I am a little bit on the, I would say, mixed review about this. Um, but I'll talk more about that afterwards and everything. But right now, let me go and break down each track for you and everything. So come along and let's talk about this album. Here you get some spooky high synths with a simple drum beat to start the song off. And the main vocalist, 2D, has a very dry sound to him, but with some high tension backing vocals. The bass line has like a disco-esque like a vibe to it, which is really nice. It has a good groove to it and whatnot. The second half of the song with the mixing of the backing vocals and the synthesizer and everything really come together and put this song together with the simple drums. It sounds really nice, really funky, really good mix to it and everything. Overall, the backing vocals for this particular song, I think, really make this song a lot better.
Even when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you and punctures.
Here we have some more simple and chill drums with some like dream-like synthesizer keys and whatnot. Uh, 2D's vocals seem a bit like washed out here, so it's really hard to hear his vocals sometimes. The mixing on the drums though are really good, and the vocals though, as it progresses along, it still doesn't sound that good, especially when they fuse the two vocalists' vocals together, Stevie Nicks and the main vocals here. I think it would have been better if they kept it separate and everything, and it would have made a better and more focused song overall. The song itself is pretty good. It's just the vocal performances here, I think, are wasted slash not the best. Again, the drums are mixed in really good on this track. 2D's vocals are really nice and chill and clean and whatnot. Has a really good soft and dreamlike synthesizer sound to it again and whatnot. And the occasional crashes from the cymbals really add a nice touch to the song. And then in the background of the song, they have some really like light xylophone sound effects and everything that make it overall a pretty good sounding song. The vocal performance is pretty chill and everything, good pacing and everything. Like it's an all right song for the most part. So here's a little clip of The Tired Influencer.
Brown eyes, I always keep you close beside me. Million trees, that's the way it's meant to be.
Quite chill. Here, the synthesizers are kind of higher in the mix and everything, mixed in with some real pianos, give it like a nice vibe to it and everything. And the drums are kind of pulled back, more subdued this time, which it's not bad or anything. I think it kind of goes well with this song. I'm starting to notice that a lot of these songs have a, I don't know if it's the overarching arch of the album, but they have a very similar sound and vibe, which is very chill and like laid back sound to it. The chorus has like a haunting and mesmerizing feel to it, which is nice. The vocals all around sound good and placed nicely on this song. The bass has a nice ringing out to it as well that goes really like has a really deep and rich feel to it. And like towards the end of the song when they're using the run part, the running, like how they're saying these vocal patterns and everything, it oddly sounds really sad, but also happy at the same time. So it's a very, very like sad but happy song, I think. Here we're getting more of an upbeat, funky style music, and it feels really good. And Tame Impala, I think I'm saying the name right, is their influence here, their feature is really prevalent and very strong and kind of matches well with this energy they're giving. The drums have a bit more of a like spice to it. They're like playing a little bit harder and more dynamically, which is nice. And the vocals this time around, like the mixing of the two vocals and whatnot, sound much better than the earlier feature with Stevie Nicks and everything. So this song, New Gold, I think it's an overall well-crafted song from them. And so I want to play a clip for y'all.
Yo, a desolate city where it hurts to smile. Ran into the river since it's been a while. I'm raining in the rain.
It's just got a good beat to it and everything. It's good vibes. Now on this particular track, 2D's vocals are very familiar. They very monotone style that he's known for. So it feels like old Gorillaz a bit. Has a bit of a psychedelic dream vibe to it with the backing keys and whatnot. High pitched and chill synthesizer noises. Bass and drums are mic'd up really good. Overall, it's a pretty solid song. Here we're getting some really good funky and like groovy style synthesizers that really play out and give the song a really good upbeat feel to it. The drums are really good and the bass is very solid on this particular track. The back-end synthesizers add, I want to say, a lot of uniqueness to this particular sound. It makes the song stand out more, I think. And then 2D does like some backing vocals with himself and everything that create like a very interesting and pleasant sound. And I've noticed too, also a lot of these songs they sound happy, but I feel like they're also really sad at the same time, which is very interesting and good vibes and whatnot. So here's a little clip of a Tarantula.
I don't even find you good for me, then I'm good for you, and that's all I need in my life. Rip all of my gyms, I'll dance tonight with you frozen under mirror light.
Like it's very Gorillaz, but like I think they're evolving more and doing some like changes and whatnot, but it still has a very core Gorillaz vibe to it, I think. The track, I want to say like the production and sound of this song is really good. It sounds like a great song, but the only problem here is Bad Bunny's feature here is just so overpowering and it just throws off this album because it doesn't feel like a good feature slash Gorilla song featuring Bad Bunny. It just feels like a Bad Bunny song. Like you barely get any Gorilla vibes or vocal patterns really here. And it's just Bad Bunny doing his thing, which is fine. But if he's featured on a song, I would prefer a little bit more blending and everything. So this could have been just cut out and put on his record and it would have been no big deal or anything. But because of that, I feel like this feature was just, as a weird way to say, too powerful. Like, yeah, he just throws it off a little bit. So I don't think it's that great of a song. This song has some really good synthesizers and really good, like decent like drums and vocals to start the song off. It actually kind of sounds boring at first, but as it like builds up and gets to that chorus where he's saying like skinny, 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 skinny ape, it really like explodes and everything. It just takes a while to get there. But when it does get there, it really picks up and just gives you a really good fun vibe song to listen to. But then they like it's a very up and down kind of song. They bring you up, they bring you back down with how fast and intense it is, and overall. So I think it can be put off at first with how slow it is, but once it really kicks in, it's a very enjoyable song, I think. This is like a soft acoustic track at the end of the album and everything. It has some dreamlike pianos playing in the background and everything. It's short, it's thoughtful in terms of its lyrics and spoken word feel to it and everything, but overall it feels like kind of a forgettable track. Not bad, not good. It's just, yeah. So those are my thoughts on this album from the Gorillaz and everything, Cracker Island. And as being a big time Gorilla fan compared to their earlier work, you should never compare work and everything, but I can't help but not compare because this album overall, production wise, sonically, it sounds really good. The money's there, they're making it sound really good. Like all the mixes are balanced out, the drums sound really good, the bass is really thick and nice and everything. The vocal performances in terms of like the production and mixing and layering, for the most part, especially 2Ds, are fine. Guitar work is really good here, simple but never over like grand sounding guitar and everything, but the production sounds really good. It's just the ideas behind these songs I think were not the greatest. like they just weren't too memorable. They all had a very similar chill, low key vibe. There was no huge changes in sounds or as much like earlier work, as much creative risk I think they took on here. But some risks they did take in stuff, and they did take some risks, but I think they failed a little bit more. Specifically, the Bad Bunny features song, because overall that kind of tanked the album for me a little bit because it didn't feel like a Gorillaz song. It just felt like Bad Bunny shoehorned into this record a bit. And overall, not a bad song, but overall packaging vibe of Gorillaz, this album, it just felt really out of place. And then also the feature with Stevie Nicks on the song Oil, the mixing of their vocal patterns just didn't work really well. And so I think production side, everything's really good. It's just more of the execution of some of the songs. They were not the greatest. There's a few good songs here and there, but like compared to older, more recognizable songs that they put out before, it's just night and day in terms of comparison and just how grand those older songs are. But it is a nice album to listen to. I'll give them that. Like I said, the production's really great. Just overall, the creative ideas here are not the best, I think. So I would say this album from the Gorillaz, Cracker Island, is a solid to light 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, so those are my thoughts and feelings about this album from Gorillaz. Let me know down in the comments what you thought, what you feel about it, how I did, and everything. And check out this next video that's playing right up here. Thanks for coming on by, and I will see you guys later. Bye.